Today we're looking at an RTX 5060 gaming laptop that is $999 and it's looking really promising on paper.
Whether you're getting a back-to-school laptop or just wanting to get rid of your old gaming laptop, this might be a good option because with prices going up, this seems to be the best bang for buck for an RTX 5060 laptop. And our friends at Llano sponsored this video to review this laptop and also show you guys how you get a laptop cooler alongside it. We'll talk more about them later, but let's not waste any more time, unbox this laptop and show you what it's all about, why we think it's a good deal right at $1,000.
All right, so we got a double box here. We always like to see double box, a little bit safer, but yeah, MSI, they make a really good gaming laptop. We've definitely checked out quite a few over the years, and it's nice seeing a laptop that actually has a current gen GPU where they didn't go overboard in the CPU, because that's what we see a lot with laptops and honestly pre-builts in general, is you'll see something like a 5060 with like an Ultra 7 or even an Ultra 9 or a Ryzen 9, which is just ridiculous because you're never gonna fully utilize the CPU.
This laptop is specifically the Cyborg 15, which comes with that RTX 5060, an Intel Core 5 210H, which is an 8-core 12-threaded processor, 16 gigs of DDR5 memory, 512 gig NVMe SSD, and a 15.6-inch 144Hz IPS display.
Specs sound pretty good on paper. I mean, because we've been talking about this off camera, but we just did an Alienware laptop review that was also a 15.6-inch, and that had the Ryzen 7, was it 240? One of those AI CPUs?
I think it's a 260.
260.
Ryzen 7 260.
But a 5060, and we paid $1,700 for that, which is insane. So hopefully this one yields a much better bang for buck. Because when we think MSI, we don't think cheap.
No.
You know, it's not like the cheapest when it comes to their gaming laptops. And it looks nice, it's very clean. We got MSI logo here and whatever that is.
I'm assuming it's their AI app logo, if I have to be perfectly honest, because I know MSI has been very heavy with that. Just try to ignore that stuff. But the design on this one is really cool.
Absolutely sick.
Really cool for the price.
So we have like a semi-transparent shell, and you can almost see where it's opaque here and then it kind of fades into like an actual dark color you can't see through. Obviously, we love to see anything that's unique in the laptop space.
Even has transparency around the edge of the screen as well.
Yeah, look at that around the bezel. Yeah, we're literally all the way around the whole entire sides even. Does actually the back even have some?
No transparency on the back, but
a lot of ventilation. That's really nice to see. I think more laptops just need like, honestly, full vented backs like this. Because when they just have like the tiny little grills, they're not the greatest for cooling. So maybe this one will actually have some good sound to it.
And the biggest thing we have to take a look at is what wattage that 5060 runs at, because that's always the downside with some of these laptops. This one in particular might be a higher wattage unit that could work out very well. But look at that power brick. That might be a good sign on what kind of wattage this 5060 is going to be allowed to run at. Because in theory, if it's running at 45 watts, which does happen, you're more looking like a 50-50 level laptop because it's slowed down so much. But if it does draw its full wattage, which could be 85, 95 watts, depending what it can do under its full gaming profile, that's where you start seeing really good value in this laptop.
Yeah, this is just a 120 watt chickadee power supply, so
it's probably gonna be in that 45 watt range. So we'll see. Again, it's still gonna be good performance, but just keep it in mind, it's not gonna be as fast as all other 5060 laptops that could be more expensive than it. And
it's definitely not gonna be like a desktop 5060. That's something that I don't feel like we talk about enough in these laptop reviews is when you're looking at something like a Ryzen or Intel, you know, Core i5 or Ultra 5 or the graphics cards, always keep in mind that they're never gonna be like the desktop counterpart. They're always gonna be about 20% less performance, give or take. So now let's go over the port selection on the laptop. Starting off on the right side, we have a combo headphone jack. We have a USB-C that is 3.2 Gen 2, and it's also a display port and it's power delivery 3.0. We have a USB 3.2 Gen 2 that's type A. We have an HDMI that can do 4K at 60 Hertz, and then we have our DC power, which is just a barrel jack, kind of proprietary. Now on the other side of the laptop, a little bit less ports. We have a Kensington block, we have a RJ45 or Ethernet port, and then we have one more USB-A that is 3.2 Gen 2. So not too bad in the port selection. We probably have just enough to get by and, you know, but to have a keyboard if we wanted to. We could have a mouse, and of course we could hook up a monitor or even two monitors if we wanted to. So we'll go ahead and verify the specs real quick, see if we can get more info on what RAM's in here, what storage is in here. We will do a teardown, of course, to show you guys what upgrades you can do, because single channel DDR5 memory is the one upgrade you could do later down the line. It is DDR5 though, so it's not as big of a deal as DDR4 in terms of your performance you will lose, but you will lose some performance, and let's go ahead and verify that before we dive into the webcam test. All right, it's time to confirm those specs. So we have the Intel Core 5 210H. So it's an 8-core 12-thread. This is kind of like in between your, the OG I series and then the Ultra pretty much. So it's not an Ultra, but it's also not an I series. It's his own thing.
It's a 5.
It's a 5. Dual channel.
Oh, interesting.
What the heck? 16 gig DDR5, and it's 2 of 2 5200 mega transfers.
Wow.
Matt will see in the teardown if that's actually true, 2 sticks, or if it's soldered, or if one's soldered. But that's, the Alienware only had 1 stick. That's crazy. We have a Samsung. I'm pretty confident that's a Gen 4. I feel like we've looked, Gen 4. And it's a 512 gig. You can see right here in the name 512. And of course we have the stock integrated graphics, which are built into that CPU. I'm not sure which they are, but I'm sure they're all right for doing some basic web browsing and stuff. And then of course, when you're going into gaming, we got a 5060, which does have 8 gigs of dedicated GPU RAM, and that should be GDDR7.
Because it's not a 5050. 5050 would actually be, well, I think
actually,
in laptop it would be GDDR7.
For whatever reason.
For whatever reason. But let's do our webcam test, see if the webcam is usable. I know I mentioned back to school. This is going live around the time you would be going back to school, going off to college, and you want to convince your parents or whatever student loan provider you're using that you can get a gaming laptop that could also allow you to game while you're on campus. So this could be a good option at $1,000 right now, especially if you want that 5060. Let's see if that webcam will be good for your Zoom classes. Hey guys, webcam test currently. Hello. Someone is behind the camera sniffing. Ooh.
The diddler.
The diddler is here. That's not his nose. That's not his nose, guys. It's not his nose.
Oh god.
But this is what the webcam sounds like and looks like. We do have studio lighting on us, so we never do this. Here's the non-studio lighting.
This is what it looks like. It doesn't look worse. I feel like it looks pretty bad.
How do you look?
I look washed out.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Let's bring it back around. You guys at home will be the judge. Let's do our scream test. 3, 2, 1. Ah! Also notice this. It's off now.
Privacy.
One thing we wanted to add, and we normally don't do it in these videos, but we show you guys after the fact, is what software comes on these laptops. Because software, especially like the software on the MSI laptop, MSI Center, can be important for customizing the power profile that you're running and making sure you're getting the most out of your gaming laptop. We'll look at that in just a second, but of course we gotta look at bloatware. First off, Norton 360 for gamers. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. It's gonna take up resources, and we highly suggest you get rid of it. We'll look at installed applications as well. So we have some games preloaded, obviously. Yours will not come with 007 First Light preloaded, or Clair Obscur, or the Dead Space game. But we have Adobe Digital Plus, Intel Graphics Controller, Bing stuff installed, MSI Center, Norton, nothing insane. Like we have the audio driver separately, Start Experiences, I'm thinking that might be a Windows-based thing. Nothing too crazy in the bloatware, just get rid of the antivirus, and maybe I would leave MSI Center for sure, because as we open it up, let's see if it'd actually be easy to open up, or it's gonna yell at us to like connect to internet. All right, so let's see.
Yeah, when we only have 16 gigs of RAM, you really want to get rid of things like Norton, like things that are just going to eat RAM for no reason.
I mean, you probably saw when we were looking at Task Manager, we were using 7 gigs and we've done nothing. Hello, am I not at the bottom yet? Okay, it's just slow. There we go. A little slow. Skip.
Like
I don't need the update right now. You do the update at home, connect the internet. But all right, so we're gonna start MSI Center. Waiting for UI elements. God, I love this software.
They're not like us.
I would say MSI Center with desktops, it's hit or miss. It's fine. Biggest thing with a laptop, you just want to make sure it has the option to change the power profiles. That's really all you need to use it for. Or RGB. Or RGB, that's true too. We do have the RGB keyboard, which is just static RGB. Not static, it's the wave RGB right now. So we did notice this too. I'm wondering if this will work or just break it. If you do function F7, it looks like you can change between the profiles without even opening the software. You can use the AI mode. Do you like how it's a light bulb connected to someone's brain? Jackson, do you see this shit? Look at that. It's a freaking light bulb connected to a head.
Wait, so what does it do?
I guess auto adjust. I love companies that throw AI for just stuff that just is
like it's been around. Anything that's been around for like 30 years, like it's now AI.
So hardware monitoring, you can see the resources we're currently using.
It's like a car starting.
It is like a car starting, didn't it? Features, you could change the gaming mode, which we'll go ahead and gaming mode. Oh God, this software is so slow. I guess you can change it to where when you launch certain games, it will set to certain profiles, change color modes and everything. User scenario, which is normally the power profiles. There it is. We're on extreme performance currently. You have balance, eco silent, or smart auto. You can try the smart auto. Don't necessarily know how well that's gonna work. You have a battery boost option. Turns on discrete graphics cards. Okay, so if you are using the laptop just for normal work, turning that on actually will save you a good amount of battery, because it doesn't seem like this has like a mux switch built in to where it's gonna be running that 5060 nonstop. So you would wanna turn this on if you're just wanting to use the iGPU. Support, member center. And of course, you do have the option to change the lighting modes. Let's go to like a steady lighting mode. We'll set it to blue. There you go. This is like the classic blue that we normally see on like the other Cyborg laptops, but it's set to RGB. So yeah, you can customize the RGB to different power profiles, or you can just turn it off. Boom, look at that. No RGB if you don't want it. Steady, breathe mode, wave mode, customized individual keys. That's pretty cool. Personally, you can dive into that if you want to customize it, but I would just go with the function, set the power profile. We will be running the highest performance mode. We'll see how it sounds, see what kind of power draw we get, but we gotta play some games on it and see if it's a good gaming laptop. All right, guys, the first game we're gonna be testing is 007 First Light. And you go to the graphics settings here. We are currently running the native 1080p resolution. We do have resolution scaling on though. We got DLSS running at, let's see, go to super resolution, running at balanced on DLSS, no frame gen. And we're currently running basically medium settings across the board. So we got medium and terrain quality, shadow quality is on medium. Basically, I'm trying to target medium 1080p with upscaling to see if we can maintain that 60 FPS experience. So let's go ahead and back out here real quick and hit go and see how this works. And Jackson is showing up right on time. But yeah, right now we're getting about a 70 FPS average, 70, sometimes 80 FPS. Again, with the single player game, maintaining 60 FPS is all we're kind of looking for. And then that one thing we're really trying to notice is our GPU wattage. We're looking at like 55 watts. So I'm gonna guess best case scenario, we're probably getting like 60 watts on our 5060. Which compared to that Alienware, we were seeing wattages up to about 80 watts at times, which again, that's a way more expensive laptop, but you are getting more out of that 5060 when you do that. But yeah, running pretty good at that 60 FPS mark. Frame gen is your friend though, with this being a high refresh rate display. I'll be curious to see if I can actually swap on frame gen in the middle of this so you guys can see if we truly get that 140 FPS, 120 FPS mark, because that'll make things a lot nicer on laptops. And in a single player game where you just want to feel that smoothness of the high refresh rate, you definitely can do that. Temperatures are pretty good, but obviously they could be better. We'll show you guys with that Llano cooler a little bit later, how you can cool down this laptop or a higher end laptop using one of their CPU coolers. They're a pretty good investment for those who really want to keep their laptop as cool as possible. Still some spots where we dip below 60, ever so slightly. You could go aggressive with the DLSS or run that frame gen, and we will reset the FPS tracker, but we're gonna go ahead and turn on some frame gen and see if it breaks things. But this is what does dynamic frame gen do? Does it like adjust based on a frame rate? You can do 6 times frame gen in this game?
Holy crap.
That is insane. All right,
yeah, I would think dynamic, just like adjust to like a target maybe.
Yeah, is it just, let's see, is it just working? Based on the fact that it's lagging a little bit, means, yep, there you go, it's just working. Boom, boom, boom. Adds a little bit of fluidity. I mean, we're getting 100 FPS on average. I'll see when I'm actually driving if I feel any like input latency. There definitely, there definitely is a bit of latency here. I mean, look when I move my mouse. It's a little bit laggy in the sense that we're getting a little bit of input latency, but it's not horrible. I just drove into the side of the building, so that's what I tell you.
It's the game.
Personally, in this game, I don't know if I would run frame gen full time on this laptop because it does have a bit of lag to it. Or it could just be me being a poor driver. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there are those games too where they're like kind of like controller / console designated,
Yes.
where everything does, it feels like you're on a controller, like always.
Yes, definitely a bit of input latency for sure. So yeah, maybe on a controller too, Jackson, the point. If you are running a controller, you may not notice it as much, and it may just be smooth overall. But when you have a 50 series GPU, use those features, you know. Watch what happens
Spam it.
if I get to the end, if I'll break if I turn on 6 times. I'm curious what will happen.
I never have seen 6 times.
I'm just curious, you know.
I didn't know it went that high. I thought 4 was like max.
Okay, it kind of caps out, I guess.
Oh.
That 145 FPS. So it gives you the option. The input latency, you can feel it. It's not great.
You can still do that.
I'm gonna disarm you though. We're gonna keep that 6 times going. I will say one thing about FrameGen that I have noticed is because it's using software, the GPU is not working as hard in the laptops. Actually cooled down a little bit. Like it's calmed down. So that's just another benefit with upscaling with a laptop. It actually makes a little sense because you're using some tech, not just raw horsepower. I do see some weirdness with like the textures at 6 times frame gen. I mean, to be expected, to be honest. I expect greatness with 6 times frame gen, let's be honest here. I was hoping for 600 something FPS, but you know, none of your frames are real, ladies and gentlemen. All right, final run. I stop, I shoot at leg. I come and hit you with my fist and the gun, and then I shoot your hand. Pew, and then I throw gun. And then I hit you for no reason. I didn't need to do that, to be honest, but all right. The amount of RAM we're using too could be a factor as well. We are pretty high on the RAM usage. We're pretty much maxing this out. So You guys saw the FPS averages. I would say the best scenario for this, 1080p medium, run some upscaling. This is a demanding AAA title. Run with some, upscaling to get that 60 to 70 FPS range, and I think that would be much smoother than frame gen, but you do have multi-frame gen option in 50 series. Let's go ahead and try an esports title.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are playing Apex Legends, and we currently have that 144 frame rate cap on, but we are running the 1920 by 1080 max FOV, and we're running pretty much the max settings you can, because as you guys know, this game just about runs on anything at this point. But nice little esports title that looks really good, but just is very well optimized. Let's see what type of results we get. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
It looks nice in this on the screen. It's kind of like the same thing we said with the Alien, where we said that their screens were a little dark, but IPS has pretty good color. It looking nice, but where's all the people at?
I'm gonna say, is he gonna get some kills though? The thing is, something a lot of people underestimate when they get their first gaming laptop is how hard it kind of is sometimes to game on a screen that size.
It's cool for like casual stuff though, you know? Minecraft. You know, one thing Matt brought up when he was talking about back to school, and a lot of people are probably like, haha, you know, back to school gaming laptop. Gaming laptops, honestly, I would argue are the best bang for buck when you're doing like any type of productivity, like as in, oh my gosh, like if you're doing like CAD, for example. A lot of people look for like those really high-end like studio laptops that are like stupid overpriced. I would be looking at something like this if I need to do like any 3D modeling or anything like that.
GPU will work just the same as one of those studio or higher end like workstation laptops that your class may be recommending you get.
I don't know what it is, just whenever, laptop gaming experience, whenever I play this mode, I just feel like everyone's so much better than me. It's like only Preds play this shit.
I mean, they're playing at 11:46 a.m.
They're practicing. What is this guy doing?
Waiting to queue up for comp. They just want to warm up a little bit. Nice.
I got an assist. There's nothing that makes me happier.
Oh, you don't get eaten up.
Let me in, teammate.
Ooh,
yeah.
No.
Never disappear.
It's been the longest game session. How's the like palm feel? Does it feel warm or anything? Is it like kind of
palm? No. The keypad or the what do you call it? The keyboard.
Yeah.
A couple of those are like a little warm. Like my fingers are actually sweating right now. It's kind of funny. Never thought I'd suffer from sweaty fingers, but here we are. No, honestly, it's quiet too. Like overall,
this is on the extreme performance profile, so this is like the best you're gonna get.
Yeah, like I feel like it's. I suck. I'm so bad. I feel like it's pretty good. I love the look of it. I'm liking the performance compared to the Alienware. I feel pretty good about this. I get the Alienware had a little bit more performance, but it was not enough to be like I'm gonna spend $700 more and get speakers that aren't working properly out of the gate.
And
that's why it feels like so much. Okay, so Apex laptop, pretty good. Esports titles like Fortnite, Apex, Roblox, you know, whatever you want to throw at it. It seems like it's pretty good for esports, and obviously it'll play AAAs. It's a 5060. Let's go and go to another game.
All right, guys, just to show you some variety in games, we have the Dead Space remake, which this game is one that I played growing up, the original one, obviously. And during the summer sale, they sold this game for really cheap. It was like $3. So I was like, I had to pick it up. We're currently running the following settings. We are at 1080p with DLSS set to balanced, and we're running the medium graphic preset. It looks like we're able to go higher.
So laggy.
Yeah, it's the menu. I think they kept like the original menu because like this is exactly how the other menu would work, and it looks like it's running at like 5 frames. But then when you go into game, it's dark and I'm scared.
I can't see anything.
We're getting 100 FPS, looking pretty good. I'm probably gonna have something jump at me real quick. Hello, hello. Oh no, the power's back on. Okay, scared me for a second there. But this is running really smooth. I will say this weirdly on an AMD GPU at home. I was having some like micro stutters in this, but this game looks really good. Very nice graphics. Oh, I mean, look at that. That guy looks beautiful, doesn't he? What happened to you, sir?
He looks Bork.
He looks Bork.
Alien life.
What happened to you? Oh no, what happened to your leg? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I had to check that. Is there anything else in here? No? Okay. But it's looking like we could run higher details. The 1% lows are a little low, but I read on forums the micro stutters that happen in this game. It's really just you have to cap the FPS. It's just Unreal Engine garbage that's just not running properly. So unfortunately, it's just how it is.
There's also a lot of single player, just games in general that have really bad loading.
Yeah.
Like spikes, where you just load in some new textures all at once and you get a little spike.
And especially since this game has been out for a while, that's obviously not going to get fixed. So, claw disengaged. What should I do with the claw? Please contact a repair technician. That's me. Here I am. It's like when a computer breaks, it says, please contact tech support. Well, here I am.
Yeah, you're like, they're not gonna be able to help me.
They're not gonna be able to help you, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wait, do I need to do... Oh, God, where did you come from?
Spider!
Back up! Why'd you decide just to jump out at me? Oh, goodness gracious. Is there another one? Oh, my...
Eba.
Oh, my God.
Eba.
Those things are gross.
What kind of spiders is them?
I don't know what kind of spider. Dude, go away! Shoot its legs. I remember that was the tech. Shoot the legs. Let it crawl. But hey, just want to show this as an example of another game that runs. You can play a lot of different games on this. You don't have to just play the latest and greatest titles when you have a laptop. You can play these fun games you get during the Steam Summer Sale and get a lot of replayability out of them. But you probably know some of the temperatures we were having with this laptop. They're not bad. But if you have a Llano cooler, a Llano laptop cooler, you can actually cool things down a little bit better on any laptop you have. We're gonna unbox that real quick, show you guys what it looks like, and show you the temperatures after of using the cooler, because it's pretty cool. Get it?
Literally.
It's a cooler.
So you guys saw that this laptop ran pretty decent, but we think we can get some better temps, and that is why we're going to be checking out this Llano laptop cooler, which we've actually done a full video on before, which we'll actually leave a link for that in case you want to see a more in-depth breakdown. But let's see what type of unboxing we get here.
So yeah, this is the V12 Ultra, which comes with their software support, which allows you to customize on the fly the cooling profiles based on the temperature you're seeing on your laptop. You can get the non-Ultra version and save even more money, and use those links down below for up-to-date pricing and availability. They're always running some sort of discount code on these coolers, so you can get even more ROI on your cooling investment. So the reason Llano laptop coolers work so well is because they use this seal system, this foam seal system, where your laptop will sit directly on top and give a air chamber directly into the bottom of your laptop. And as we showed you at the beginning of this video, this laptop is a perfect candidate for it because there's a lot of ventilation room in the bottom. And whether you're rocking a mid-range laptop like this or a higher-end laptop, you should see some temperature improvements and better longevity for your laptop in the long run. Let's go ahead and set this up and show you guys what the temperature difference is like when we play Dead Space. Because you saw during Dead Space, CPU hit around 80 degrees Celsius, which is normally fine, but if you want to improve the longevity of your laptop, running this can actually help improve those thermals. All right guys, so we're in Dead Space right now. Again, as we showed you guys, the CPU is doing decent temperature-wise, sometimes 70 degrees, around 80 degrees Celsius, but we are downclocking a little bit because of the temperature going down. Now with our laptop cooler, we're going to turn her on, hit the power button. As you see, nice RGB action. We are on 300 RPM currently. You can barely hear the fan moving at that speed.
So right now, I think I only hear the laptop.
But then if you rev it up, look at about 800. In temperatures, we're getting pretty decent drops. We hit 80s at times, but look at the CPU clock speed. We're now hitting occasionally 3.8 to 4 gigahertz. So our clock speed is actually boosting up more sustained a little bit, and the temperatures are gonna drop slowly over time as this runs. I'll go ahead and move around a little bit and see how this holds up.
We got the color matching now too.
Ooh,
nice.
We have the color scheme matching, looking pretty good. But even then, if you're not even using this directly for gaming workloads, this CPU is definitely gonna really throttle a bit when it's under multi-core workload. So if you are doing like a render, or as we mentioned, if you're a student picking this thing up, you definitely will benefit from CPU improvements in terms of temperatures. And I mean, look, we're not even hitting the 80-degree mark anymore. We're just chilling around 64 degrees, 70 degrees Celsius, running pretty good. It gets even louder too if you want to.
Yeah, that was like a quarter of what it can do.
Here is 2800 RPM. It's really gonna cool that CPU now. This is definitely overkill for this laptop, but you can keep things icy cool, improve longevity, and with their software, as you can see on screen here, you plug up this USB cable to your laptop and it will auto adjust based on temperature targets, which I think is really cool. And you can even save money with the non-software based version that just gives you the RGB and all this cool customization. I mean, look at our CPU now. 50s. We're down into the 50s. It is running pretty loud, but you do have the option to really cool your laptops as long as the ventilation allows. Again, use those links down below. Shout out again to Llano. If you're buying a gaming laptop, whether it's this one or any gaming laptop, definitely check out their laptop coolers. Let's go ahead and run our 3D Mark benchmark and CS2 to wrap this video up. All right guys, before we wrap this video up, we want to do a teardown of this laptop to see what the cooling looks like under the hood and also see the upgrade options. Now taking this laptop apart is pretty straightforward. You have a bunch of screws on the back. Definitely note that the screws that are at the front of the laptop when you have the laptop facing you are shorter screws than the one in the back, so please be sure to put the screws back in the right spot when you put this laptop back together. But once you remove this back plate, you do get greeted with the entire laptop. You can see our NVMe drive under this little heat shield. I'm not going to fully take it off to ruin the seal here, but you can see our Gen for 512 gig NVMe drive. Then off to the left, there is a shield that covers the RAM, which I will say was a little difficult to pry the tape off and get underneath there to pop that cover off. But we can confirm this is actually dual channel 16 gigs of DDR5, which is pretty cool. We're not suffering from single channel performance loss at all with this laptop. And we can also do some upgrades in the future. If you want to swap out these two sticks, you can go to 32 gigs pretty easily. But again, it is a little bit of an extra step now because you do have two sticks. You do not have a free slot, but I'll take that any day, getting dual channel over single channel. And cooling performance is, well, kind of what we expected. A single fan with the heat pipes running through the GPU and CPU. You saw the temperatures were fine. It's a 5060 laptop, but adding like a Llano laptop cooler will definitely help with the cooling. I would have liked to see a two-fan design at least on this laptop, but it is budget and it's 2026, so all in all, nothing super glaringly wrong with the design of this laptop. Let's go and wrap this video up.
So this laptop overall definitely gets a thumbs up. It did not have any problems at all. And I'll tell you what, compared to the Alienware that we just looked at, I'm a lot happier at this one because once you guys hear that cent per point and overall just the gaming capacity with the cooling, there's no reason to spend more than $1,000 on a laptop.
So we ran a couple more benchmarks, one being 3D Mark Time Spy and CS2 to really stress the CPU to see what kind of performance we can get. I'm gonna go over CS2 real quick and Jackson will give you those 3D Mark numbers. CS2 1080p low settings ended with an average of 257 FPS, so the 1% low of 116.
And 3D Mark Time Spy got a total score of 8,851 with the GPU getting 8,895 and the CPU getting 8,610. That ends up being an 11 cent per point score. And you gotta keep in mind, that's really good because you're getting a screen, a webcam, speakers, microphone, a full keyboard. It's actually a really nice keyboard too that I really like. And also just a really unique design. I wanna see more laptop companies bringing back cool designs with like speckle and see-through looks rather than the same old boring black laptop.
So if this laptop is at $1,000, I think it could go a little bit more to still have good price to performance because we know in the market we're in right now, prices fluctuate and normally stock goes in and out. But if you want to buy this laptop, you can see that up-to-date pricing and availability using the link down below. It's an affiliate link and it will help us out. Let us know what you think of this laptop for $1,000. I know maybe about a year ago you could get a 5060 laptop for maybe like $900, so a $100 premium is not too bad given everything in 2026, but I want to know your all's opinions on it.
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
So make sure you check out PCBros.tech because we actually do sell laptops over there as well as gaming desktops.
PCBros.tech, whether you're looking for a gaming laptop or a desktop or you're building out a full setup, we actually sell setups as well with monitors, keyboard, mice, and all that sort of fun stuff. You can use code ToastyBros on checkout and you can save 3% on your next purchase today. See you guys later. Goodbye.